Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? Uh, wow, this vacation's going by really quick. I go back to work Monday morning, and right now it's Friday morning, 11:29 in the a.m., June 5th. Yeah, I go back to work Monday morning. I don't want to go back. Well, anyways, this is number 99 of the most underappreciated movies in the world. Uh, I wanted to do at least 100 of these. So when I get to 100, that'll probably be the end of the series. I'll just go back doing regular movie reviews. I want to shine a light on some other movies that I don't think get the appreciation they deserve. And one is Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Now, the weird story about this is I had like billion and one chances to see it when I was in the Army. And I didn't see it till the last 3, 4 months I was in the Army. It was weird. I don't know. I can't remember why I didn't see it. I think it's because I didn't see the first one until much later. Because when I was in Fort Gordon, Georgia in '88, it was playing at the movie theaters. I remember reading about it in Fangoria magazine. And it's a Canadian film, the sequel to the original Jamie Lee Curtis film. And I'll be talking about that one a little later on. But I don't know. I just didn't want to see it. I don't know. Didn't. I didn't think it'd be good, so I didn't bother to watch it. I don't know why, but I just didn't. And it's a horror film, and I had a chance to see it at the theater. I never saw it. And then, like I said, I think when I was in Germany, I didn't have a chance to see it, or they had it at one video store. I just didn't. I just kind of just kept passing over it. I don't know. It just didn't. From the title, it didn't sound interesting. Back then. And same thing in Fort Bragg. I was there, and then at Fort Detrick, I was at the video store, and usually I gravitate to the horror movie section. And the one video store, I mean, because I went through the main stuff, and I was just going through like the really bad stuff. Even when you feel like you have to get a horror movie, even like because Wizard Video had some good ones, but more they had some bad ones, like Jess Franco's Revenge in the House of Usher. Oh, that was awful. Except for Murder Using the Drill. But aside from that, I mean, because I was like scraping the bottom of the barrel because they had like this back when in the video age and stuff like that, and they had like really. So I said, "Oh, what the hell?" I rent it, and I loved it. It was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. And this one is different from the original. The original is pretty much just a straight up slasher film. This one's more like a supernatural ghost story. I don't consider it a slasher film though. Uh it's about this girl Mary Lou, and they show like Prom from 1957, and she was what they'd call a Hellcat. She was no good. She was like bad to the bone, I guess. She was always cheating and drinking and all this other stuff. And this guy was going out with her, and then I guess she was just going out with the guy because he had money and stuff. And they showed the prom. She went off and she started having sex with some guy. The guy got all pissed off. Well, rightfully so that she was cheating on him. And then she walks away, and then that guy goes talk to this other guy about doing like a stink bomb in the school. And he decided he'd have revenge on her. And whenever she goes up as prom queen, he goes up on the catwalk above her, somewhat reminiscent of Carrie with pig blood and stuff. And he lights a stink bomb. It's like a big thing. And then he throws it down, and her dress catches on fire, and she burns so bad she dies. Well, uh, then they show like her spirit's trapped in this big trunk with her like a prom dress and tiara and stuff. And then you see 30 years later, 1987, which is when the movie came out. Uh, I think he's a principal, but they never really established that. And then that his friend was a priest, became a priest, and they deal with this one girl in the movie. She has like really religious parents, and then she wanted to get a new dress for the prom, and they said no. And then she finds out about this trunk, and she goes in to try out the dress, and that releases the spirit, and the spirit becomes possessed in her. And I don't want to give away any more than that because I don't give away spoilers. But it's a lot of fun. It's not to be taken serious, but they have some really cool effects. It's somewhat along the lines of Nightmare on Elm Street, kind of the effects wise. but it's pretty cool, very inventive. I really enjoyed the movie. I give it a, it's slow, and there's like a 20-minute part of it that's a little slow towards the beginning, whenever they get to the show, get to the high school. But in Michael Ironside, who stars in the movie as the guy Joseph Love, is awesome, and he's always awesome. And then he's really cool with what he did at the very end of the movie, but I won't give away. Like I said, I give it a 8 out of 10 for Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2. Really good movie, very inventive. The special effects, it's just weird. I had a million times to see it, a million chances to see it, and I finally saw it at the end. Just like it was weird when Full Moon came out. They had Meridian out, which is like a Beauty and the Beast story, and like maybe that's why I didn't see it, because it seemed, I don't know, a little too girly for me. Just like when Meridian came out, Full Moon. I love the Full Moon movies, and Meridian came out, I think, before Puppet Master did, and I didn't see it and didn't see it and didn't see it, and then I finally I bought like a few years back. I bought a thing of like 20 movies in like one set, and Meridian was on there, so I finally got to see it, and it was pretty decent. I think that's the same thing. It just seemed maybe girly to me. I don't know. Well, completely different from the original Prom Night, and I want to talk about that too. I'm not going to include that as most underappreciated movie. It's a cult classic, but I watched it again last night to give a clearer perspective of the movie. I've seen it a few times, but I haven't seen it in a while. And I still don't think it's one of the better slasher films. I think it's pretty weak because just like when I saw it, I didn't see it, well, with Prom Night. It came out and I couldn't find it at the video rental store. And that's when I was growing up in high school. I couldn't find it anywhere. And I was looking out for it. And I've seen a whole bunch of other slasher films. Like, finally got to see some of the ones like The Prowler and Visiting Hours and Night School. And those are all awesome. Especially the last 20, 25 minutes of Night School is really good. So I said, no, I was really psyched to see Prom Night. And I finally found it at the video rental store when I was in Fort Bragg, when I was in the Army. And this is in 1990. And I rented it, and I was really disappointed because it's very slow moving. It's kind of a lazy movie. I mean, it starts out telling the story okay, and then it just kind of like doesn't tell the slash story at all. And then the prom doesn't even look like a prom. It does not. They couldn't even pull that off, make it believable. It just looks like some half-ass thing from Saturday Night Fever. And whenever the killer starts killing, it's not till the last half hour of the movie. You can't see anything because it's so dark. You can barely see anything. Like I said, the video quality is all washed out. Uh, the picture quality is terrible. The sound quality is awful. And I saw it last night on Encore on Demand, and a new company called Atlantis Alliance picked it up, and they picked up the other Prom Night, because this is from a Canadian company called, I think it was Simcom, that did it, and they didn't bother to improve the quality of the video. The video quality is terrible. Like I said, the sound quality is awful. Uh, the nice thing about it is they had closed captioning, so that helped. But I just think it just wasn't very interesting. There's so many better slash films out there. I know some consider it to be a classic because it was a Jamie Lee Curtis movie, but I'd rather see Terror Train, or especially Halloween 2. Halloween 2 is her best one, and the Halloween H2O, and the original Halloween. But I don't know. I think this is one of the weaker slash films. I give this maybe a 3 out of 10 as being generous. It just wasn't good, and just the picture and sound quality, because lots of parts when I saw on the TV out there was just blurry, and you couldn't see anything when it got really dark. It was terrible. At least Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2, you can see a lot of cool stuff in it. Now, I know they did a parts 3 and 4. I think I saw them back to back on Cinemax a long time ago. I saw one of them. I remember I loved it. And I think I saw Prom Night 3 back. I can't remember. I haven't seen those in a long time, but those were very entertaining too. But just the first one was terrible. And some people might think it's blasphemous for me to say, but I think the remake was much better than the first one. I mean, it starts off average, But the last half hour is awesome. It really comes to life during the last half hour. I was really surprised with it. It's not. It's only so until like the last half hour, and then it really starts humming. I'd probably give that maybe a 7 out of 10. Much better than the original. Because this is one time when the remake was better than the original. Because like if you look at like the remake of, especially like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street, especially Nightmare on Elm Street, that was like horrifically bad. But oh well. So there you have it. My review of Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2, and the other ones. I think I can't remember. I haven't seen parts 3 and 4 in a long time, so I can't really give a good review. But I remember I really liked I really liked them though. So oh well. I mean, but they really changed the format because I consider those more like ghost stories and stories. I don't consider like Prom Night 2, 3, or 4 like possession films. They're more like ghost stories. So the first one and the remake is more or less slasher film. And the remake's actually a PG-13 rated slasher film because if they would have, I bet you, uh, the original Prom Night would have probably been a PG. You know, if rated today, just like if you remember the very original Friday the 13th, or it'd probably be a PG-13. You know, just like Prom Night would be PG-13. Up. No. Prom Night would be R-rated because it had the F word a lot. The original Friday the 13th probably would have been PG-13 now. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh, and the one good thing about the original Prom Night was there's this one guy that was a complete asshole in the movie. If they would have focused more on him, it would have been more entertaining. He's the one that really brought it to life. But Jamie Lee Curtis was real subdued. Leslie Nielsen, before he started doing Police Squad, is in it, but he's real subdued too. But you don't see him that much, and it's just not that good. It's just not that interesting. I know there might be some people who love the movie, but I was really disappointed with Prom Night. I've seen it a couple more times. I wanted to give it a chance. I thought maybe I was being too hard in the movie, but no, it's just not that good. So, oh well, it's not very memorable except for like that cheesy disco song Prom Night, where everything is all right. I mean that's memorable, but the movie's pretty dreadful. So until next time, bye. Please take care of my legion. And if you get a chance to see Prom Night 2, Hello Mary Lou Prom Night 2, or Prom Nights 3 and 4, or the remake of Prom Night, and you know, you can give the original Prom Night a chance, but I don't think it's very good. So take care, everybody.